You know, Vox Populi has got to be one of the coolest Minecraft servers out there. Of course, that's just my opinion. Hey, everybody, Mntdewmania here. Welcome back to Vox Populi Diamond. And it is Friday, and you know what Friday means? It's Redneck Rant Day. And I think I've got a good one for you. If a little intro didn't clue you in, I will right now. O is for opinions. Not sure how I skipped over this one. It's something that we all have, and we don't like anybody else's. And most of the time, when you do have one, other people think it stinks. But the official definition of opinions is, according to the Handy Dandy Dictionary, a personal view, attitude, or appraisal. Okay? I think probably in our lives, somebody has come and asked you for your opinion about something. And not now, don't get opinion and advice mixed up. Now, to me, those are two entirely different things. When somebody comes and asks you for advice, they are asking you, here is the situation. What would you do? How would you say would be a good way for me to do so and so? I want your advice. I want to know how you feel about what I should do, what you would do, and give me some helpful hints. Okay? Now, to me, an opinion is they come for you and want to know what your opinion is. They just want to know what you think about it. Okay? What's your opinion on sushi? What's your opinion on that block of wood? You know, I don't need any help with it. I don't have a goal in mind for it, but I do want your opinion about it. What do you think about it? That's, to me, one is actually giving something like advice, helpful hints. The other one is just kind of, what do you think? You know? Now, there's quite a lot of opinions on opinions that I found out going through quotes and looking up sayings and things like that. One of the first ones that kind of grabbed my attention was from Josh Billings, who said, "There are two kinds of fools, those who can't change their opinions and those who won't." I think that is the main problem about opinions in general. Now, people come to me, lots of younger people at my job or, something like that, and they ask me, well, what do you think? Well, I think I have shared this with you before, guys. I don't like to give my opinion or my advice, simply because usually when somebody comes and asks for your opinion, no matter if you do not say what they want to hear, they're going to go ask the next person and the next person and the next person and the next person lined up until they find the one that has the same opinion as them, and that's who they're going to listen to. Which they weren't going to listen to anybody anyway. They just wanted to be right. They wanted to validate their own opinion, so they found somebody who thinks what they think. Oh, you think the same thing as I do? Well, I must be right. No, just because you found somebody that thinks the same thing as you doesn't necessarily mean that you are right, depending on what the situation is. Okay? So I'm always very hesitant, and I ask people very boldly and up front, do you want to hear the truth? Remember, we've talked about the truth before. I'm a very strong believer in just sometimes brutal, honest, in-your-face truth. No sugarcoating. Don't make anybody feel better. Plain old, right to the punch you in the gut truth. Do you like these clothes? No, I think you look like an idiot wearing them. Not, well, maybe that color isn't right on you, or maybe that style does, but maybe, no, it looks stupid. Don't wear it anymore, for God's sakes, please. And I appreciate the same truth in return. In the same vein, I do not like to give my opinion or advice. I have very strong opinions about some things. I think the hardest thing for anybody to have an opinion about is like politics, religion, things like that. I just, everybody has very strong opinions about it, and I think everybody needs to take everybody else's opinion into consideration. You know what I'm saying? Or just take the fact that they're going to have different opinions is what I'm trying to say. Most of the time, my like-minded people get together and they feed on each other's opinions. You're right. You know what? I think the same thing. Well, you're right. And it just becomes this whole wave of just stupidity, you know? And you're either going to have to jump out of the way of it or get swept away by it. That's just that's just the way it is. Leonardo da Vinci said, "The greatest deception men suffer is from their own opinions." I totally agree with that. Once you have an opinion about something, and you know in your brain that you are right and the rest of the world is wrong, it doesn't matter how stupid that opinion is, you are not going to budge on it. You refuse. And sooner or later it doesn't even matter what the subject was, what the facts are, or what the opinion was. You wouldn't change it just out of stubbornness. You need to be right. And you're not going to let anybody tell you you're wrong. Even in your deepest part of your soul, you know you're wrong. You've probably had the conversation with yourself. You know you're wrong. No, I'm not. No, I'm not wrong. Quit saying that. Says you know. No, I'm not. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if the person that you respect most in the world come up and said, "Look, you're wrong, right? You're wrong." No, no, I'm not. No, I'm not. Knowing you are wrong, but can't you're not going to change your opinion. You just refuse. And I think a lot of people, and myself included, I'm sure, there are certain opinions that I have about certain things. I do not care what anybody else thinks, says, throws out there. I'm not going to change my opinion. I'm old. I put my head down, cross my arms. My body language is saying, shut up and get away from me. I am not going to listen to anything that you have to say. I'm right, you're wrong. That's the end. That's my opinion. I don't care what anybody else says. And we can all be just as bullheaded as we want to be. It doesn't matter. And I mean, when I say it doesn't matter, it does not matter. It does not matter if your mommy, your daddy, your grandfather, your grandparents, the person your very best friend, your brothers, your sisters, your cousins, your dog, your cat. It doesn't matter. You're not going to change that opinion. You are not. Okay? Now, the problem with that is so many people having different opinions. Franklin D. Roosevelt said, there are as many opinions as there are experts. That is true. For any subject if you've talked about or asked anybody's opinion about, there is a real expert out there somewhere who probably knows everything there is to know about it. If they didn't create it, or that's just it. They know every single thing there is to know about it. They might have invented it, so of course they know everything about it. But the problem is that once people learn something or think they learn something, you know, they're suddenly they're an expert on it. They know every single thing there is to know about that subject, and they're not going to listen to anybody else's opinions because they're right. They're an expert. Someone in their lives called them an expert. Oh wow, you went to school for that, man. You must be an expert on it. Oh yes, of course I am. So everything that comes out of their mouth is the truth. They're right. End of discussion. The problem with knowing people like that or having friends like that is you get lost with who you are if you listen to other people's opinions about something. My daddy always said, and I'll pass this on to my kids, I'm passing it on to you. Take it to heart or don't, but at least listen to it. The minute you let somebody tell you who you are, you become nobody. You become that person that told you, that you, no, you don't need to do that. That's the worst decision you could ever make in your life. Why are you thinking about going down that road? I cannot believe it. Oh my God, you don't have what it takes. Please don't do that. Please, 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 please. It'll be the worst mistake you've ever made in your entire existence on this planet. And this person has a very strong influence in your life, and you feel that you trust them, so you take their opinion on it. And you could miss out on so much in your life because you didn't believe enough in yourself. You believe their opinions and not yours. Okay? It's somebody said, I can't remember who it was. Honestly, I could care less about other people's opinions about me. Take that to heart. Take that quote and make it your own. Do not let anybody else's opinion change the course of your life. You get one life, one chance. You need to make it yours, not theirs. Okay? It's not like when we run out of time, we get to go buy somewhere else. Not many people get a second chance, and I mean, once in a purple moon, you get a third one. So, when you're talking about life-changing situations and life-changing opinions, you listen to yourself first. It's your life. You come first in that life. You got to do what's right for you. And you know in your heart what's right. Of course you do. You might be unsure of yourself and, well, maybe I don't know. Yes, you do. Yes, you do know. And that is pretty much just, you're comping out. Come on. It sounds hard to do. It sounds scary to do. Well, maybe I need to listen to Joe Blow here. He seems to know what he's talking about. Maybe I do suck. Maybe I can't do that. Maybe I need to listen to his opinion. You know what? Yeah, he's right. No, he ain't. Yeah, things are hard. Things are always going to be hard. If you want it bad enough, you're going to have to work for it. I mean, work. Get down and get your hands dirty, break a sweat, bleed, work to reach your goals. And it's going to be hard, and there are going to be obstacles all over the place. But if you want it bad enough, you've sat down and had that talk with yourself. This is what I want. I know it is. I know in the bottom of my heart and soul, this is what I want. Do not listen to anybody else's opinion. Because they are going to tell you an opinion based on their experiences, their lives, not yours. Oh, yeah, I tried doing YouTube. My God, it's the hardest thing I ever tried in my life. I can't do it. You better not try it. I'm telling you right now, that's just my opinion. But it's hard. You're not going to be able to do it. You're not going to understand the blah, blah, blah. And, and you're psyched out and talked out of it before you even give something a chance. But getting back to people coming to you for your opinion, okay? Another quote by Josh Billings: most people, when they come to you for advice, come to have their own opinions strengthened and not corrected. People want to be right. Everybody wants to be right. Not everybody can be right, but like I said, people will skip over a multitude of people to get to this one person that tells them what they want to hear, that validates their opinion. Okay? And I'm not saying people do not have a right to their opinion. I'm not saying that at all. People have the right to their own opinion. You have the right to ignore it. Okay? If there's a big, important something, whatever it is, in your life that's coming up, or you know eventually it's going to come up, of course you're going to talk to people that you trust and respect, and you're going to ask their opinion. Before you do that, I mean, Mom and Dad, what do you think about me getting married? Mom and Dad, what do you think about me moving to so-and-so to take this job? Mom and Dad, what do you, or brother, sister, wife, husband, cousin, whatever. Think about that person, okay? Are they going to be the kind of person that they're going to give you just one of those opinions that you know you're defeated before you even get started? You know they're going to be negative, and are they that kind of person? Are they the kind of person that's going to say, now look, now this is just what I think, but I'm going to support whatever you do? Okay? That's not agreeing with you like you want them to do, so you're right, but it is saying, look, here is another point of view. I want you to take it into consideration. I'm not trying to talk you out of anything. I will support you and be there for you, whatever you decide. But at least take a minute and think about this. Have you thought about this? Did you factor this in? Okay? Those are the kind of opinions that you want. I mean, did you try this job before? Yeah. Well, how did it work for you? Now, this is just my opinion, but this is how the problems I found. And, you want somebody that's going to be able to give you an opinion about it without shoving it down your throat. Okay? It's all about, I guess it comes down to, a lot of it comes down to respecting the person that you ask the opinion of. Okay? It's about, okay, how do I go about this? I mean, I know if I ask so-and-so, they're just going to be negative about it, and they're going to try to talk me out of it. But I know there's a lot of things that go into taking somebody else's opinion. There's a lot that goes into asking for somebody else's opinion. So my point is, through all this, when it comes down to it, you're going to get, for any subject on this planet, you're going to get, if you ask 100 people, you're going to get 100 different opinions. I guarantee it. Some of them might be close, but there's always going to be that little bit in there that the last person didn't say. Oh yeah, it's hard. Oh yeah, it's hard, and you're going to get tired. It's hard and tired, and everybody's got that little twist to it that makes it their own personal opinion. And like I said at the beginning, when you first ask somebody an opinion, I mean, we all have our opinions, and to us, we're all right. My opinion is right because it's mine. So take that in consideration if you're getting ready to ask somebody's opinion about something. All right? Don't take everything directly to heart. You might want to get 5 or 6 opinions and then sift through and go, okay, yeah, they did make a good point, but no, I'm not digging that point. Okay, but then this other person, okay, yeah, they kind of, I don't understand what they meant by that first part, but yeah, the second part, I understand that. That's a good, yeah, I appreciate that. So don't just take everything, an opinion, at just for, take it for what it's worth. It's just words. All right? Ultimately, you are going to have to do something, go somewhere, make a decision on your opinion of it. It is affecting you. All right? Um, Peter McWilliams said, let me leave you with this as we go. Peter McWilliams said, what's more important, your goals or others' opinions of your goals? Next time you got a goal in mind, a decision to make, you think about that. Which is more important? What everybody else thinks or what you think? Alright, guys, I hope you enjoyed today. O is for opinions. Yeah, everybody has one. Most of them stinks. But, we're only human. And I'll be the first one to admit, when it comes to some of my opinions, I am as closed off as a vault. I will not, that's just me, you know. Other things that I'm not so up on, that I don't really know that much about, I'm willing to listen to other opinions because I'm not informed enough. I totally admit that. But I always want the facts first and opinions second. You know what I'm saying? Keep that in mind. Alright, guys, we are way over halfway in this season's rant. I cannot believe it. It's went by so fast. And I hope you are enjoying, and it's just, I love doing these. I know a couple people have stopped by. Oh man, I thought this was Minecraft. No, on Fridays it's always rants. And if nothing else, if you stop by and stay a while, you might listen. You might hear something funny. I promise. And I will catch you next week for that one. All right. So until then, everybody, Mntdewmania, Redneck Rants. I'm so out of here. Later, guys.